All right, let's just jump right in. You ever wonder how some people are making thousands of dollars a month with what honestly looks like zero effort? Well, you're about to find out. Welcome to the super weird but incredibly profitable world of AI slop videos. I mean, you've seen these, right? You're scrolling through your feed and suddenly this pops up. It's weird, it's messy, it's surreal, but they're everywhere. So what's the deal? Why are they all over the place, and how are they so successful? Yeah, they're called slop, and honestly, it's a pretty fitting name. We're talking about stuff generated super quickly by AI tools. Think ChatGPT, Sora, that whole suite. They're slapped together, no real budget. But here's the crazy part, the part you gotta get. That very chaos, that messiness, that's the secret sauce. The chaos is literally the cash. So who's behind all this? Well, there's this whole new breed of creator popping up. People are even calling them slopreneurs. Kind of funny, right? But they figured something out. They found this incredibly powerful, super low effort way to just crank out content. And when I say low effort, I mean it. The whole process is, well, it's almost laughably simple. You start with a weird prompt, something kind of surreal or absurd. You feed that into an AI, and boom, the tool does everything else. It makes the visuals, the voiceovers, the whole shebang. And the last step? You just post it. No crazy editing, nothing. That's how they can just pump these things out at an insane rate. Just to put this into perspective, think about how things used to be. The traditional creator, they needed a whole crew, professional gear, they'd spend days editing. The slopreneur? Nah, it's one person, one laptop, and some generative AI. That's it. The barrier to entry to make something that could go viral, it has absolutely cratered. It's never been this low. Okay, so we get it. It's cheap, it's fast, but how does weirdness translate into actual money? Like, how are they cashing in on this? Let's break down the business side of things. It really comes down to just one thing. One single word, engagement. You know this. On platforms like TikTok, YouTube, engagement is king. It's the currency. And these videos, man, they are precision engineered to make you stop scrolling, to make you watch and maybe even comment, what did I just see? And that's exactly what the algorithm loves. So what's the secret recipe here? Well, it's a few things. You've got shocking content, right? You've got that weird, bizarre humor. You have those uncanny valley visuals from the AI that you just can't look away from. And because they can make them so fast, they can just flood the zone with new stuff, constantly feeding that algorithm something new and novel to chew on. And all of that attention, all that engagement, that's what turns into cold, hard cash. Seriously, we're talking about people pulling in thousands of bucks a month from ads, from sponsorships, and get this, even from selling courses teaching other people how to do the exact same thing. Now, obviously, not everyone is a fan of this. As you can probably guess, this whole trend has kicked off a pretty heated debate. It's really a battle, right? Art versus the algorithm. And here's the heart of the argument against it. You've got traditional creators, artists, academics, and they're worried. They're looking at this and saying, hey, is this just diluting actual artistic value? Are we just flooding our feeds with low-effort junk that's all about going viral instead of celebrating real craft and skill? But, and this is a big but, despite all those really valid concerns, the audience just can't get enough of it. The appetite for this stuff is massive, and it's not going away. People are clicking, they're watching, they're sharing, and that sends a very clear signal to the platforms. Give us more. You could say the market has spoken, loud and clear. So look, whether you think this is the future of entertainment or just some weird fad, you got to admit, it's fascinating. So let's actually look at the playbook. What's the strategy these creators are using to make this work? The whole playbook is really just a super fast feedback loop. Step 1, you experiment. Try out all sorts of wild, surreal prompts. Step 2, you test it. You post it and see what actually gets a reaction. Step 3, you look at the analytics. What are people actually watching? What's keeping their attention? And then you just double down on whatever works. And once you've mastered that formula, well, like we said, you can even sell that knowledge and teach other people. So where does that leave us? It's kind of a fascinating place, isn't it? This AI's slop is basically internet content creation on hyperdrive. It's fast, it's cheap, and it is perfectly tailored for our short attention spans. It's proof that you don't need to be perfect to be successful. In fact, maybe being a little odd and imperfect is the whole point. So the big question for all of us is, in this new landscape, are we trying to create content, or are we just creating chaos?